was your reaction to just the news that the season ended? Obviously, you were off the ice, but with Don being let go.
Yeah, I think obviously shocking. You don't ever want to see that. People get fired. Respect Donnie. I liked him. I liked him a lot. I've known him for a while, obviously, with the U.S. stuff, and nothing for respect for him, and just tough to see it go because he gets fired because of the way we play in this room. So you take some of that burden as well. So it's just tough day, kind of.
The last 48 hours, Matthias, we've heard a lot about accountability, what could have been different this year, just as players. I mean, what can be done during a season to try to get things on track with what you can control in terms of, focus and practice, those sort of things?
Yeah, I think the practice is probably the biggest one. For me, I think we could definitely practice way harder, and they'll start training camp next year. And I think I don't necessarily think back on track. I don't think we got that too off the rails, but I think everyone still believes in the group, and maybe just a little kick in the butt in the right direction from a new head coach with some experience, and I think we'll be just fine.
What makes the practice harder?
When I say hard, I don't necessarily mean like you gotta be skating up the ice way like more and exhausted. But I think just more mentally engaged and maybe a little bit more of a purpose or objective when you go out there. I think with those things, it could be a lot better.
Where are you physically right now?
I'm good. I just recovering. I had shoulder surgery. If you guys didn't know that, but just re-strengthening my shoulder right now. Just a couple more weeks of that probably, and then I'll be fine.
How challenging was that injury? I know that you were frustrated with your game leading up to that, at least to a certain extent. So what's just reflecting on the year and going into the off season? What are your thoughts?
It was tough. I can't lie to you. It was probably the hardest mental year of my career so far, and definitely had the injury bug here the last couple of years, and I could flip and I could go 5 years now and play all 82 for 5 years. So just trying to stay positive, train a little different this summer, but everyone says that injuries they suck, and when you're not around the group for that long and miss out on everything, it's hard. It's really hard, and definitely struggle with it this year. But I think going in the summer, get my body right, and train a little different, and just come back healthy and ready to play. I'm already pretty excited for next year, and I miss being on the ice every day. So yeah.
Is there anything you learned about yourself mentally with that struggle? Obviously, there's the physical struggle of injuries, but like you said, the mental toughness is a big component of the last few months.
Learned about myself, how hard I could be on myself sometimes. I think the biggest thing you learn is like who's really in your support system. I'm lucky enough to have a lot of really good friends and family that have my back. So, I think you just try to lean on them in those situations. But it was some hard days there for sure. When you got a sling on for 6 weeks and you can only use one arm, and you're alone in Buffalo when the team's on the road, it sucks. So, I think I learned a lot about myself, but yeah.
Some injuries you can't help. But do you look at some of the injuries at all and say, I could have been in a better, maybe I was in a bad position or something like that, that maybe it could have been avoided, or have they just been kind of bad luck?
I'd say both, Paul. Like one-timers, like off the ankle or something, like I don't know what you're supposed to do about that. The skates just keep getting lighter and thinner, so everyone getting faster, but and then some of them, like my knee injury last year in Vancouver, like freak accident, but I could definitely not stick my leg in there like that and try to hold them off kind of. So I think definitely a combination of both. It's a hard game. I play a hard style. Like, I'm gonna be banged up. I'm not saying that, but I think some of them are probably avoidable.
What type of stuff did you do to keep your spirits up while you're away? Like, who'd you lean on?
Me and Quinter spent a lot of time together when he was injured there too. I don't know. A lot of video games with my buddies from home. Just get my mind off things. But the staff here was great. Mikey does so. Every day rehabbing with me was great, and I think just trying to talk about other things besides hockey and get to know people on a level helps. So just try to do that.
What percentage are you at now?
Percentage am I back now?
Yeah. If you could estimate or guess.
I did my surgery out in Vail. The surgeon told me a couple weeks ago I could start skating if I wanted to. No contact right now, but not too far off, no.
What's your reaction to see that, not only what Quinter Jack went through this year, but, I mean, when he was on the ice, what he was able to do?
I would say it didn't shock me because I know how good he is. I think Quinter's a hell of a player. Super talented, super detail oriented, I guess you could say. He loves, learning little new things, and I think he's a really good hockey player. And I think it was pretty impressive too what he was able to do with how short of a time he was in games. And I got no worries for Quinter going forward. He'll be a hell of a hockey player for a long time.
Dolly is going to be on his fourth head coach. I mean, some of you guys are on your second GM, but this one probably firing of Donnie is a shock to some of these guys. How much is it a little bit of a wake-up call for young guys who maybe have not gone through this before and understand that this is big business too?
For me, Donnie's been my head coach the whole time I've been in the NHL, so I think you realize how much of a business it is, but for me, I kind of grew up in this world, and my dad being with the Flyers for a long time, so like I was saying earlier, it sucks to see him go. Really respect him as a person, and it's if you played better, he probably wouldn't be fired. So it's tough. I mean, I think just with a new guy though, just a new presence, new look, he'll be good for the group for sure.
Not easy for a defenseman to transition to a new team mid-season the way that Bo did, but just from afar, what'd you think about the addition there and how he fits with you guys, long-term, given what else you have on the back end?
Yeah, I think obviously he's a hell of a player, but I think coming in it was pretty impressive how smooth he went in there. Obviously playing with Rask probably helps, but he's I think Bo, Stanley Cup champ for a reason. He was unreal in that playoff run for Colorado, and just having him, know a bunch of other guys in the room, seemed like he was just part of the team for all the years. It's a pretty seamless transition.
Watching the games, what did you think of UPL's performance down the stretch?
Upi's a dog. I thought he was unreal. I've always thought he was a really good goalie, especially, I've seen him since we were in Rochester together a couple of years ago, and, just super happy for him. Really think he deserves it. Works his butt off, and, I think he's a hell of a goalie, and he's obviously, really big and athletic too. So, just excited for him, and, next year he'll probably be even better. So, good for us too.
You talked about, the aggressive style of play you have, and as this team gets what you call the kick in the butt, or just to wake up with what's going on this offseason, how do you think more people in this room can grow their game that way as you have through your career? Or do you think that type of grit is more needed?
I think you can't ask everybody to, play that style of role. I think, what makes you good is can be different things. In my case, that's what it is. I think when you get more winning, or when you're winning more, I think that comes out more. And that's just naturally like the game, Washington game. You know, guys fighting at the end there. I think like Dahmer's not a fighter, but he wants to win and he cares, so it comes out like that. So I think you could see a lot more of that in those situations, but I don't think anybody really has to like force it if that's what you're asking. But no, I mean, guys want to win. Guys really care in this room, and I think we'll be fine in that area.
What type of stuff did you see, watching from up top and kind of being, a little bit removed from it? What did you just see from the team down the stretch that maybe you can apply, heading into next year?
I think for me, just watching, just trying to learn, honestly. I think when you watch from up top, it looks pretty easy. So there's no gotta take it with a grain of salt, but I thought guys looked good. I thought guys stepped up after the deadline too. Like Benny, 18 years old, I thought he played pretty damn well towards the end of the year there, and it's pretty impressive. So I don't know if I learned a ton, but I think just watching and seeing everybody kind of elevate their games was pretty impressive.
How helpful has Tage been with shoulder?
Sorry?
How helpful has Tage been with shoulder advice?
He's making more jokes than anything, probably, but no, I mean, he's like, when I first got it, he was really helpful in the first couple weeks when I went to Sling. He was always asking me if I needed help or anything, or we live right around the corner from each other too, so he was always there for me, but yeah, Tomer likes to crack a lot of jokes.
What was, losing Kyle at the deadline and, obviously the roster got even younger. I mean, how much would you welcome, I guess, the addition of some more veteran presence in here, just given what you lost during the year?
Yeah, obviously Oki was, our leader and the captain and unbelievable human being. So, I mean, just his presence alone gone is, I think it was a little bit to get used to. Obviously, I wasn't really in the room, but, I wouldn't say we need to bring in, like, veteran leadership. I think, guys have been in the league long enough now where, it's on us. We don't need someone else to come in and tell us how to do it. I think, we got to figure it out for ourselves here. So, obviously, Oki's missed. I love the guy. And it was hard to lose him. Hard character to not be in the room. But I wouldn't say going forward we need like a veteran presence or anything like that.